What's up, y'all? It's Ty in this video. Today, we're going to be going over talking about our top 10 tight ends right now in college football 25 Ultimate Team. Now, I do want to say this. It's not a one-size-fits-all. I know I've said that for the wide receiver position, the running back position, the quarterback position. A lot of these things come down to preference, right? And so, some people, for example, will think that Alex Honig is one of the best tight ends in the game because they like to run the football. He might fit their pro style scheme, and with that 95 run block with the ×2 pro style boost, he might fit what they need. However, for me, he's not going to make this list. Why? The speed is not great. Route running isn't great. He just is a blocking tight end, and he's not my type of tight end. So that's kind of the big thing here is this isn't a one-size-fits-all. And so hopefully this list can be useful for you guys. Now, coming in at my number 10 is Troydan from Notre Dame. Now, obviously, I'm not looking at the updated or upgraded Troydan here. Obviously, if you upgrade him, going to be a little better. Now, why do I like him? 6'7", good run blocker, so gives you that run blocking ability. Meanwhile, he's going to catch the football decently well, decent as well. And so, if you like to run the football as well as throw the football, he is a complete tight end in this game. Whereas, if you're just looking for a tight end to catch football, there are much better options. But again, as far as a complete tight end, I do think he gives you a lot on the field. I do think, at the tight end position, he is one of, the better tight ends that you can get as far as being a blocking tight end and still able to catch the football. At my number 9 is a guy that I just like slightly more than Troydan here. It is Harold Fannin Jr. Now, from the moment this card came out, I've actually kind of liked this card. And it's weird because, he's kind of similar to the last card we talked about where run blocking is solid, 91 speed, 91 acceleration. Route running is way better than the last card we talked about, though. So that's why I've got Fannin Jr. over a guy like Troydan is just simply put, route running is going to be better for a Fannin Jr. So when I'm looking at him, comparing him to Troydan, that's the one thing that really gets me, that 91 speed, acceleration. Short route running is incredible. Catching in traffic is incredible. And again, as far as a run blocker, is still going to be solid. Now, again, it really is preference based. If you're not going to run the football at all, like I said, for these first two guys, there are better options down the road. Coming in at my number 8, our lowest overall rated card, I do believe here, is Kendall Carr. 93 speed for Kendall Carr. Meanwhile, he's going to be a great route runner. And so that's really why I like this card is it's not just his speed. He's a better route runner than the last two cards we've talked about. And again, if you need a tight end to go and, get open and catch the football, that's what Kendall Carr is going to do. Now, as far as blocking, guys, his blocking stats are miserable. 65 run block. Horrible. So if you're going to run the football at all, I'd look elsewhere than Kendall Carr. Meanwhile, if you need a tight end just to be that pass-catching threat, be, a guy that you can trust to make plays, Kendall Carr is a stud, especially for his price. 30,000 coins for this type of card, I think, is an absolute steal. Really do like Kendall Carr. Coming in at my number 7, we've got another lower overall card. This one is Tanner Kaziol for 45,000 coins, pro style chemistry, which I know a lot of people out there do run that chemistry. 93 speed, 90 acceleration, route running slightly better with 92 carrying. Again, the 65 run blocking isn't great, but at 6'7", this card's tough to beat. In my opinion, he's just like a slightly better Kendall Carr is the way I'd phrase it for Kaziol. I think he's a really solid tight end in this game, and for 45,000 coins, I think you're going to be super hard-pressed to find a better pass-catching tight end for that price, for that value. Now, again, if you like to run the football, there probably are better tight ends there for you, but for me, when I play against this card, he fries me about as much as anybody else on this list. And a lot of it, since I run one tight end that didn't make this list because he fits the spread chemistry, but a lot of these tight ends, it's just, do they cook me or do they not cook me? For Tanner Kaziol, he absolutely cooks me every time I do play against the card. Coming in at my number 6, we're plugging in Bauer Sharp, 93 speed, 92 acceleration, good route runner, 6'4", can make people miss in the open field. Reason I like Bauer Sharp, I think the most though, is because he can run block a little bit, right? I like complete cards, whether it's offensive linemen, whether it's quarterbacks, running backs. I like cards, even wide receivers, that can do it all. And so the fact that Bauer Sharp can run block that little bit, I do think is pretty important. Good route runner, good speed, good, making people miss in the open field. I just think this card is a complete tight end in this game, coming in at my number 6. At my number 5, going to talk about Martellus Bennett. Now, some people say he moves weird because he does weigh so much. I don't know if that's, true or false. I haven't used the card. Have been cooked by Martellus Bennett before. Is decently expensive. Pro style chemistry, 93 speed, 92 acceleration, great catching, great route runner, makes people miss in the open field. One thing about Martellus Bennett is he is not going to be a good run blocker though. And so that is something to obviously think about if you do like to run the football. Probably are going to be better options for you guys than Martellus Bennett in the game. But I overall think this card is one of your better tight ends. 6'6", great route runner, great pass catcher. Just an absolute stud. Coming in at my number 4, we've got Kyle Pitts. Now, I used to have this card. I used to run Kyle Pitts, and so I know what Kyle Pitts gives you on the field. Good run blocker. Gets open. That 95 mid-route running is incredible. Makes people miss in the open field. Catches everything. 6'6". The only thing I don't like about him is he doesn't fit my scheme. If this card fit my spread chemistry, he might be, I'm looking at it, you could have him all the way up to number 3, in my opinion, if he fits your chemistry. Now, the problem for me is he doesn't fit my chemistry, so I can't really hype him up too much. But this card is a stud, especially if you like to run the football, man. Kyle Pitts is that man on this game. Coming in at my number 3, a guy that I just think is going to be a little better pass catcher, it's Vernon Davis. 6'3", 93 speed, 94 acceleration, good at catching the football, obviously. Route runnings, deep route runnings, ideal for Vernon Davis. I saw one person say Vernon Davis fumbles a lot. Now, I don't know if that has any truth to it because I haven't personally used Vernon Davis. I've played against him. Dude, did I really notice he fumbled a lot? No, but that's not me saying, he does or doesn't. 6'3", great route runner. Gonna get open. I do like Vernon Davis quite a bit on this game. Pretty similar to a guy like Kyle Pitts. It comes down to, I just think Vernon Davis has that slightly better speed. Like him slightly more. Evan Ingram coming in here at number 2. Now, I think there's a big gap between our number 2 and number 3. I genuinely do. Evan Ingram is so much better than Vernon Davis. 6'3", 94 speed, 93 acceleration, route running, 97 mid, 96 deep, great carrying at a 96. Yes, he's not going to run block well. You guys see it down there. The 67 run block obviously leaves a lot to be desired here. But when I'm looking at Evan Ingram, he does everything else on the field at an incredibly high level. Going to be a great pass catcher, whether it's running short routes, mid routes, deep routes, it does not matter. 96 catching. Card is just an absolute stud. Problem is, Tyler Warren's in the game. Not ranking Tony Gonzalez because he's not out yet, so I'm not going to rank him. But the reason I like Tyler Warren is he is your most complete tight end in this game. 99 catch of traffic, 95 speed, route running is fantastic, 95 trucking on the card is just weird, but it's crazy, 74 run block, it's not ideal, but at least it's not a 65. This is your best tight end in the game, and honestly, I don't even think it's close for Tyler Warren. I think he has a head and shoulders above everyone else. I do think Evan Ingram is somewhat close as far as catching the football, though. Tyler Warren is your best tight end right now in college football 25 Ultimate Team. Let me know who you're running at the tight end position. For me, I'm still running Jack just because he fits that spread chemistry. He gets open enough for me. Run blocking obviously isn't ideal, but that's who I'm running. And again, you don't have to run any of these top 10. Even a guy like Jake Bringingstool is fine to run on this game. Definitely a card that you could have argued deserved to be in this top 10. But that's going to wrap it up. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.